This meeting of the Senate Judiciary Committee will come to order. My colleague, Senator Graham, is a few minutes late, but he's told me to go ahead and get started. He'll join us shortly. In 1994, President Bill Clinton and a Democratic-led Congress established a new grant program at the Department of Justice for community-oriented policing services. Three decades later, the COPS program has become a fixture of America's criminal justice system. According to the Department of Justice, Congress has appropriated over $20 billion for COP grants since the program was created in 1994. This is the first ever full committee oversight hearing on the COPS program. It's an example of our continued commitment to revitalizing this committee's oversight role. The COPS office was created to advance the vision of community policing and build trust between law enforcement and the American people. By many metrics, the program is realizing its goal. As a result of COPS funding, over 135,000 police officers have been hired and placed on the beat at the state and local level. COPS funding for law enforcement training has improved the effectiveness of our police. The COPS office past grants have provided funds for scenario-based training to prepare officers to safely and effectively manage active shooter events and other violent threats. This year, the COPS office will begin providing funding for de-escalation training for local law enforcement. This is thanks to the Law Enforcement De-Escalation Training Act, bipartisan legislation sponsored by Senators Cornyn and Coons that this committee approved and President Biden signed. We've also authorized the COPS office to provide grants for mental health services for our officers, recognizing that law enforcement is indeed a very stressful job and takes its toll on many officers. Last year, this committee advanced legislation to allow COPS grants to be used to recruit and retain new officers and to provide training for those who will serve in communities where they live. These bills passed the Senate unanimously, now awaiting passage in the House. I hope Speaker Johnson will move these bills quickly. Contrary to many claims, political claims that are not true, Democrats do not support defunding the police. The Senate has consistently supported the COPS program with new appropriations, including over $600 million this fiscal year. There are countless examples of police officers who have acted heroically, risking their lives, in some instances giving their lives in response to an emergency, and they've saved the lives of many innocent people in the process. There are far too many examples of officers who've tragically lost their own lives in the process. We are grateful, more than we can say in words, for their service and sacrifice. We must also acknowledge the breakdown in trust between law officers and some of the communities they serve. That is a reality. I called last year for a national conversation about policing in a responsible, constitutional, and humane way. I still believe that conversation is urgently needed. Our communities deserve real transparency in policing and real accountability for misconduct. Proposals for more comprehensive reforms to policing, such as the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, have also been made. We need to pass these reforms to fully repair the relationship between law enforcement and the communities they serve. And we can do more to leverage the expertise and capacity of the COPS office to advance community-oriented policing that serves and protects us. I look forward to hearing from the director of the COPS office today about how we can support law enforcement in their quest to expand community-based policing. I'm going to recognize Senator Graham when he arrives, but let me introduce our witness that's joined us today, Hugh T. Clements. I welcome you. Mr. Clements serves as director of the COPS office. He joined the office last year after nearly 40 years of service as a police officer in Providence, Rhode Island. Mr. Clements started his career as a patrol officer, rose through the ranks to serve as chief of the department from 2012 to 2023. He holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in Sociology from the University of Rhode Island, a Bachelor of Science degree in Administration of Justice from Roger Williams University, and a Master's of Science degree in Criminal Justice from Boston University. Before I swear him in, I recognize my colleague, if you're ready, Senator Graham.